Gore the Dog Butcher, another worthless mutts. Uh, yeah. There's this saying in dog culture, you know. They have a lot of sayings, a lot of phrases in dog culture, where they will, say that there is no bad dogs, all dogs are good or good dog, and again they will say again like there are no bad dogs, there are only bad owners, and from a general objective standpoint, I don't think dogs are either good or bad. The term that I would use for dogs is dangerous and or worthless. I say that because dogs are always going to do what they do. Dogs are going to attack. They're going to annoy. They're going to spread diseases. They're going to look ugly. That's what they are, and they cannot help being what they are. It's kind of like saying weather. Like, for me, I don't think weather is bad or good. Some people think rain is bad, or it's too hot is bad, but I just think weather is weather. We need rain, we need heat, we need cold. I don't think it's either bad or good. And with dogs, I don't think that dog can even be good or bad, is because it's just what they do. The same with any other natural animal, lions, bears, these predators. If they attack you, or attack a human, or attack another animal, we don't say that this animal is bad, because we realize, hey, this is what they do. They're going to attack. They are predators. They're going to kill. They're capable of killing. They're going to do it. They cannot help what they are. They cannot help what they do. They can't feel remorse for doing something, because whatever they do is what they do. And it's the same thing with dogs. There are no bad or good dogs. They're just dangerous and worthless dogs, and or both, and that's what they are. But from a maybe like a subjective perspective, dogs are bad in the sense of they make bad pets. They are bad choices. They are, a bad, so-called animal to have in your possession. They're bad in that sense, that they're just not good enough to be around us, because when they're around us, again, either they're attacking us, giving us disease, or annoying us. And again, the dogs themselves, they can't help doing that, because that's what they are. That's what they do. They can't help it. There are over, 400 dog breeds. And there's a lot of them that have specific, behaviors. And they just do it. They were just going to do it. You don't have to teach certain behaviors to dogs. They're just going to do it. Dogs don't know right from wrong, good or bad. They don't know what they're supposed to be doing. They don't know that. They're just going to do what they do. And what they do is worthlessness. And what they do keeps people in danger. Hope I'm making sense here. Because I don't think dogs are bad or good. Because, again, they're just dogs. It's what them attacking people is what they do. Them being worthless is what they are. And we cannot change the worthlessness or the dangers from them. We can't take that out of them. there's nothing that anyone can do. There is nothing that anyone can do that can make dogs be this, remorseful, compassion, polite, manners. You can't. It's not happening. Because dogs are going to behave like dogs. They're going to be attacking, annoying, and spreading their diseases. They can't help it. Dogs are not the one. They're not the ones creating dog parks. They're not the ones, forcing their way into shopping carts, forcing their way to be therapy dogs, forcing their ways into schools. They're not the ones doing that. It is the dog nutter, the dog owner, the dog lover, the dog industry, the dog experts, the dog trainers that are doing that. The dog has no choice. But a lot of these dog nuts, they're going to pretend and act as if the dog has choices. But dog does not have a choice. Even if this dog nutter is loving, is a certified dog lover, they're not going to give the dog a choice. Whatever they say, the dog must do. And if the dog doesn't do it, again, these dog nuts will get sad, they'll get depressed, and they end up probably abusing or dumping the dog. The dog always has to do exactly what they say. You gotta train the dog. They have to train the dog to do what they want. And again, it goes back to dogs really don't have a choice. They don't know what the right from wrong. They don't know what you want them to do is right or wrong. They don't know that concept. They don't know whatever you're doing to them is right or wrong. They don't know it. And even if you train the dog to act a certain way, guess what? That dog is still worthless, and it is still dangerous. You're probably going to say, oh, you train the dog not to attack, but guess what? It's still worthless. Still needed to be trained not to kill people. And you still have to train it not to probably annoy people. But one thing you cannot train out of the dog is how the way that they can, spread diseases. Their bacteria and their germs. That's one thing you cannot train out of a dog. But yeah, I hope I'm making sense here. I really don't think that dogs can be good or bad. I don't. In a objective perspective, dogs are neither good or bad. They're worthless and dangerous. But in a subjective, when it comes down to making choices, they're bad. They're bad pets. They're bad for business. They're bad when they are in communities. They're bad, in terms of statistics. They're really bad. Like in terms of like dog attacks and etc. They are really bad. But again, the dog themselves, they cannot help the way they are because that's what dogs do. And that's another quote a lot of dog nuts will use. They will say that's what dogs do. Dogs being worthless is what they do. Dogs being dangerous is what they do. But yet, the dog nutter, the dog lover, the dog owner, dog industry, the dog experts, the dog trainers will keep these worthless and dangerous dogs in our communities. And now we, you, us, whoever, we gotta then hope and put our trust into this dog nutter to make sure that dog doesn't get loose and attack someone. We have to now trust them. And when that dog does attack, we have to just take the attack and stand there like a tree and take it. And the moment we defend ourselves, now all of a sudden, we are considered bad. We are considered horrible for defending ourselves against these worthless mutts. But we have to just keep putting our trust in these dog nutters. When they fail every day they have failed because attacks happen every day. Even when a particular dog has not attacked, it is still dangerous to the community. I said this in another video. You're driving without a seatbelt, or your passengers or a baby in your car driving without a seatbelt. You've done it for many years, no accidents, no nothing. You've done it safely, no nothing, no injuries. But guess what? It is still reckless and it is still considered dangerous. You going into a construction site without steel toe or helmet or any other PPE, you don't get hurt. But guess what? People will still call it reckless and dangerous. So having these dogs, even if they have attacked or have not attacked, they are considered and will always be considered dangerous. And these owners, the dog lovers, just by having these worthless and dangerous dogs, they are reckless. They themselves are also dangerous. But guess what? We have to put our trust, our faith, our lives into the worthless hands of these dog nutters, where the dog can attack at any time. And we've heard stories of these owners saying the dog has never attacked, and once it does attack, they feel shocked and they're surprised. Why do we have to wait for this thing to attack just for us to, act surprised that this thing that is known for attacking has attacked? Again, point of this whole thing is just to vent. It crossed my mind today. I don't think, objectively there are bad or good dogs. Dogs are just worthless and they're just dangerous because that's what they do. And knowing that dogs are worthless and dangerous, this dog culture needs other dog nuts to make these dogs, for a limited time, not act worthless or dangerous. Where they have to train it and drug it up and all that crap just to make sure the dog doesn't attack. It's a dangerous culture. It's a reckless culture. You do something that is dangerous and yet you survive. It is still reckless and it is still dumb. We've seen or known of people going into lion dens, and they're petting on the lions. The lions are like all over them. They're not getting attacked, but you read the comments, people will still say it's reckless. There are videos or whatever where children are like in bed with these, I think these boa constrictors, these huge long snakes, and you read the comments. Even though none of the children are getting attacked or anything, people are still saying it's reckless and dangerous. But when dogs who are known, when they are known for attacking and killing people and babies and children and preschoolers and seniors and their own owners, we don't get that, and generally speaking, no one calls owning a dog reckless or dangerous. They just, they don't call it anything. They just shrug and they just move on. But the reality is this: dogs are worthless and they're dangerous. And as long as they're in the community, in the home, close by, they are a danger to our lives. All it takes is that one moment. And another thing, there are many cases of people just getting bit once. They go to the hospital, days later, weeks later, they're dead because they've been infected by this worthless mutt. We should not need to wait for someone to get attacked every day just to, call a dog dangerous or not. Bottom line is this again. I know I'm kind of repeating myself again, but I gotta repeat myself. I have to repeat myself. We have to. Because that's what this dog culture does. All it does is repeat the same talking points. You look at the Pitbull lobby, they repeat the same talking points. Blame the owner, blame the owner, blame the owner. Maybe not all in those words, but they're always blame the owner over and over again. So why can't I repeat? So it's funny how these dog nuts and pit nutters can repeat the same rhetoric, but then I can't repeat something. That's how fair this dog culture is. End of the day, dogs are worthless, and they are dangerous. Every single dog. I'm talking the domesticated dog. They're dangerous and they're worthless. And not only that, they're hideous and they smell and they're just the worst. They're the worst of the worst. But anyways, enough with the repeating of myself. Gord the Dog Butcher, another worthless mutts, and please remember that it's okay to hate dogs.